interested now, aren't you? Ready? Right. Oh, aye. That's pornography.
We're waiting.
And I don't mind the women doing it, but the men, that is disgraceful, honestly. Right. So, that's the sort of camera you need. A big lens like that, it will get it all in. Oh, brilliant. Yes, right. So, are you ready?
We're waiting with anticipation.
Can you go like that?
Yeah.
Any other guests? Come on. Under 18s?
We're trying to move you
I haven't even started yet.
We're trying to move you along, honey.
1, 2, 3, action! Jeez, look at all the flashes going on. You know that's what they call premature ejaculation.
Oh my God.
No, first I need to share with you another story. The story of the haggis.
Haggis,
Because
right.
you will have heard of this thing they call the haggis. Some of you may have been lucky enough to have tasted a haggis.
No.
Many of you will believe that this is Scotland's national dish. Rubbish. Do you honestly believe that some Frankenstein of a chef takes the heart, the liver, and the kidneys of some poor unsuspecting sheep? He minces this up nice and fine, mixes it with onions, oats, salt and pepper, shoves this mixture, and I mean shoves this mixture, into a sheep's stomach, boils the crap out of it for 4 hours, and we're supposed to eat it.
Kishka. Kishka.
And there's a lot of Australians here, for goodness sake. If you chuck it on a barbie, you'll eat anything. Of course not. Of course not. Because you see, the truth of the haggis is that it was once a wild and a dangerous creature, a deadly monster that inhabited the northwest mountain regions of Scotland. This creature was so deadly, so dangerous that the sound of an attacking haggis would frequently make a Scotsman crap himself. This problem got so bad that the Scots were forced to go from wearing trousers to kilts. You see, the cleaning bill was getting far too expensive. This monster is so deadly that we are required by law to provide you with 3 highly trained professionals for your safety while you are here in Dunedin. You think these 3 were just members of your ship? Not the case. These 3 have undergone months of specialised training to be here this afternoon. Allow me to introduce them to you. See, this lovely lady here, this is Wee Jock. Now this woman, she can slice, she can dice, she can disembowel
Oh.
a haggis
Yeah.
with one mighty sweep of her broadsword. She also does a really good vasectomy or circumcision on the sheep if anyone's interested. Actually, could you put that there? Don't worry. That's no one. I'll go this way. Now next, I give you a courageous man.
How about a
I give
circumcision?
you a brave man.
Today's
I
moil.
give you Shuggy.
Ooh.
No, not Shaggy. Shuggy. Now this man, this very morning, while you were tucked up safe in your cabins, he rose, he dove overboard, he swam ashore, he was up in these hills, pursuing, capturing and killing this very haggis for your dining pleasure this afternoon.
Wow.
Well done, Shuggy, well done. And last, oh for God's sake, and definitely not least, I give you Big Jessie, a chemical weapons expert. For you see, it's a widely known fact that the haggis cannot stand the smell or taste of whiskey. Important, remember this. In fact, it is this that has led to a very, very common misconception. And that is, many of you believe that the Scots are a bunch of alcoholics.
No.
Not the case. You see, the Scots were forced, I say forced, to consume up to half a bottle a day of this product just to keep the haggis attacks at bay. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you your 3 haggis. See how highly trained they are? Ready to jump into action. Gosh. Now I see a question. I see you asking a question. I see. What did I do with his wife? Shh, that's between her and me. No, the question you're asking is, wait a minute, why do we need such 3 highly trained professionals when we're sitting here in the South Pacific? And I'm glad you asked that question. For you see, the early Scottish settlers, when they arrived here in 1848, they brought with them wonderful things for this country. Things to enrich the lives of people here. Things like rabbits, thistles, gorse, broom and rats. But they also brought with them the haggis. And you see, once again, our wee friend, the haggis, has done very well for himself here in Otago, with some reaching record sizes of 60 to 70 kgs. No longer satisfied with attacking and killing the odd Scotsman. And let's face it, there's plenty of odd Scotsmen out there. It was taken to attacking tourists.
Ooh.
Oh, indeed. Ooh. In particular, Australian tourists. You see, it's so easy for the haggis to identify an Australian tourist. Because all the haggis has to do is go, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Haggis attacks round. See?
This guy is a
Again, I hear another question. It's very rude of you to keep asking these questions. But I can hear you. You're saying, what a lot of rubbish. You're saying there's no such thing as this haggis. Well, I need you to listen to the words of a more famous Scotsman than myself. That of one Rabbi. I'm so glad you said that, because we usually get some half-wit in the audience going, Billy Connolly! No, one Rabbi Burns. Because you see, Rabbi wrote about this haggis not once, but twice. Oh, sorry, twice, yes, twice. Jeez, I'll get told off by his mummy. Twice. Firstly, in the address that I'm about to do, but also a lesser-known piece called Ode to a Haggis. Now I ask you, when you go back home, take your Burns poetry and read, and please do go back home. I know you want to stay here in Dunedin, beautiful country, but we're trying to keep the population down here. We keep sending all these people over to Australia just to keep the population down, don't we? Yes. Take your Burns poetry and read Ode to a Haggis. You listen to the words that I do in the address, and you tell me that these are not words that were written for some mealy pudding, but the words that were written for a once terrifying creature. A monster that would send panic into the hearts and the bowels of every Scotsman. The haggis. Oh, and as for what a Scotsman wears under his kilt, again, assume the position. That's it. Actually, he keeps peeking. I'm sorry, it's his fault, it's not mine. However, I do appreciate there are some women in the audience who are very interested. So if you wish to know the whereabouts of the Loch Ness Monster, you come see me afterwards and I'll show you where I keep this.
It's a day.
And now, I give you Robbie Burns' address to the Haggis.
Anything I wouldn't do for a haggis.
Fair for your honest son's safe face. Great chieftain of the pudding race. Up in the maw you take your place. Paunch stripeth therein. Well are you worthy o' grace? As lands my elm. Grown in friendship there you fill your hurdies like a distant hill. Your pin would help to mend a mill in time of need, while through your pores the dews distill. Like amber bead, his knife, see rustic labour dicht. And click ye up, already slick. Trenching your gushing entrails brick like only ditch then. Oh! What a glorious one! Reeking.
It's like pumpernickel.
Rich.
They don't know.
They honk the horn.
Scrumptious.
Deal tax behind must on the drive. Till other wheels swoop kites belive are bent like drums. Then all good men must like to rive. Be thankatons. Is there the tourist French ragout? Or olio with star sewer fricassee with mac or spew? With perfect scunner, outdone with sneer. And scornful you. Poor devil, see him over his trash. As feckless as a weather crash, his spindle shank to get whiplash, his knee. A nut. Through bloody flood and field to dash. Oh, how unfit the mark, the rustic haggis bed, the trembling earth resounds his tread. Clapped in his wally neve, a blade, he'll mark its whistle, and legs and dance and heats will snared like tapped up whistles. Your powers would make mankind your king, and dish them out their bill of fare. Old Scotland wants nae stinking ware that japs and luggies. So you wish her grateful prayer? Here, Haggis. Thank you very much. Smashing round of applause. Smashing.
A haggis attack.
Now it's customary. Now the reason that happened is because we've taken a wee bit longer and he's dying for his whiskey. So it's customary for us now, you're protecting your honour and virtue, to raise a toast to the haggis. So if you'd like to pay your piper.
A glass of Jamison for everybody.
You put that down there and help yourself. You've done a marvellous job. Now that surprised the hell out of me. I thought you would have gone for the bottle, to be perfect. I would have gone for the bottle. So I'd like you all to ride. Actually, you would have been disappointed because it's cold tea. Well, legs like that, do you think I was going to give him a full bottle of whiskey? He would have been off. He would have been off down the streets. Right, so I'd like you all to rise. And I can stand up and not be excited, okay? And repeat after me. To the haggis!
To the haggis!
Slanjabar!
Slanjabar!
Now, here is your first lesson in Gaelic. If you're ever in Scotland and someone goes Slanjabar, the correct response is Slanjabor. Slanjabor. Okay, so Slanjabar!
Slanjabar!
Up your kilts.
Up your kilts.
Right, take that short journey back down again. You've obviously been at sea too long because you're all like this.